What if I told you your thoughts have more power over your body than your age does? Let me say that in the way I like to say it. What if I told you your thoughts have more power over your body than time does? Sounds crazy, right? But science backs this up. Your beliefs literally change how your body heals, grows, and ages. Now we're continuing that series on mindset. In today's episode, we're breaking down how simple mindset shifts can increase strength, improve recovery, and even extend lifespan. We're going to show you why positive thinkers heal faster and stay stronger, according to, as usual, real studies. We're getting into practical, science-backed tools you can use to reprogram your brain for longevity. And we're also going to finish with some real-life examples of people who defied aging myths through sheer mindset. We've been diving deep into the mindset lately, and today's episode is all about putting that knowledge into action today on the Personalized Fitness Podcast. Good day and welcome to the Personalized Fitness Podcast, where we're dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, president of Personalized Fitness. And before I dive into it, if you'd like to reach out to us, call us at area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can email me at Garrett, Garrett, at personalizedfitness.com or visit personalizedfitness.com. You can also connect with us on X at Team PE or Facebook at Personalized Fitness. Now, we started last week diving into mindset, and it's something I've mentioned before, but I really want to do a deep dive into this. And as I've said on some previous podcasts, I am actually writing a book on this subject. It's called The Live Age, and will hopefully be out at the beginning of 2026. We'll cover all this far deeper than we do in the podcast. But I wanted to spend some time on this particular topic about mindset, because mindset, of the four things that dictate your ability, fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, mindset is the most important. I say that 60% of your battle is over if you get that wrong. So today we're tackling one of the most overlooked aspects of physical health, your mindset. You've heard us talk about fitness, nutrition, and movement before, but today we're proving how your thoughts play a massive role in your body's ability to heal, grow, and stay strong. We're going to get into the science behind why your thoughts shape your health. Now, we've all heard stories of people defying medical expectations, whether you know somebody personally or you've just heard this on the news before, heard it through a story of some sort. You've seen where people are recovering from injuries faster than expected. They're fighting off diseases with sheer willpower or staying active well into their 90s. But is this just luck? Is it just genetics? No, it's biology. And by the way, some upcoming episodes, we're going to be tackling that whole genetics excuse. Now, Harvard Medical School has done a lot of studies on this. They did a study that found that patients who took a placebo, okay, this is a fake medicine, but believed they were on pain meds, they experienced real pain relief. Now, this is because their brain produced endorphins and reduced inflammation just from expectation alone. They programmed it. Just they were thinking they were getting something, so their brain produced the endorphins to tackle it. This isn't magic. It's science. Your brain and body are in constant communication, and your beliefs send chemical signals that influence healing and regeneration. Think of your body like a GPS. If you keep telling it, I'm getting old and breaking down, it's going to guide you in that direction. But if you program it to believe, I am strong, I'm healing, I'm improving, guess what? The science proves it. Your body follows those instructions. Now that we know mindset matters, how do we train our brains to work for us instead of against us? Here's some tools. Number one, visualization. Tricking your brain into healing faster. I'm going to dive right into the science on this. A Journal of Rehabilitation Research study found that athletes who visualized, get this, they just visualized training. These athletes built actual muscle strength without lifting a weight. Surgical patients who visualized their bodies healing had significantly faster recoveries. Here's a practical tool. Every morning, spend 2 minutes visualizing your body getting stronger, healing faster, and staying mobile. Use a little analogy here. Your brain is like a movie director. The scenes you replay over and over determine the final film. So why not make it a success story? Everybody likes a happy ending. And the second tool, affirmations. And forget about Smalley, whatever his name is. It was done by Al Franken on Saturday Night Live. Forget about that. But what you say becomes reality. A Columbia University study found that repeating positive self-statements rewires the brain's neural pathways. People who used affirmations regularly had lower stress and better immune responses. Here's a practical tool. Very simple. Replace negative aging beliefs with positive affirmations. Here's some. Instead of, gosh, I'm old, I'm hurting, I'm in pain. Instead, how about actually saying this out loud? Saying it out loud makes a big difference. I am strong. I am mobile. I am getting better every day. Age does not define my ability. My actions do, because that is actually the truth. But you need to hear yourself say it. Let's talk about the stress reduction effect. A Stanford University study found that people who practiced mindfulness had lower cortisol levels. Now, that's the stress hormone. And I've talked about that in previous episodes, how much damage that can do to you. They had longer telomeres. We talked about that in the last podcast. These are the DNA caps linked to aging. They're on the top, on the end of your DNA. They had longer telomeres, which meant they actually lived longer. Their lifespan was longer. Here's a practical tool. Take 5 minutes a day to practice deep breathing or mindfulness. Stress is like leaving your car lights on overnight. It drains your battery way faster than necessary. Learning to manage stress is like keeping your battery fully charged. Now, I said I was going to get into some real life examples. Here are some folks that their mindset is defying their physical limits. There's a 75-year-old weightlifter who refused to age. This was done in a study. A Journal of Physiology study followed a 75-year-old man who strength trained consistently. The result? He had a muscle mass of a 40-year-old. You're probably not surprised to hear that. But he maintained his balance, speed, and reflexes decades longer than his peers. Yes, he did physical training for this, absolutely. But first thing, he had to believe that he could. That starts with the mindset. Here's another one. The cancer patient who visualized healing. A Harvard medical study followed cancer patients who practiced daily visualization of their immune cells attacking tumors. They had stronger immune responses and improved recovery rates compared to those who didn't. Just thinking that they're healing better. There's a study that Yale did on elderly fall prevention. They found out that older adults who just feared falling, were twice as likely to fall than those who didn't, regardless of physical ability. It did not matter their physical ability. If they just thought about it, they feared falling, then they fell twice as much. The takeaway of all this, your beliefs shape your physical outcomes. If you fear weakness, you become weaker. If you expect strength, you get stronger. Now, how do you apply these tools starting today? Let's make this work for you. First, daily visualization. You want to picture your body healing, moving well, and staying strong. Think about power statements. Very important. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. And last, and this is physical, but it has to work a lot with the brain also, with the mind also, because you have to actually believe you can do this, believe you're getting better. But daily movement. Reinforce these beliefs in strength by moving every single day. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So let's break it down here for you. Your mindset directly influences your body's ability to heal, recover, and grow. People with positive beliefs live longer, they stay stronger, and they recover faster. Visualization, affirmation, and mindfulness are real, science-backed tools for longevity. And you are not limited by time. You're not limited by your age. You're limited only by what you believe is possible. Okay, what's coming up next? I mentioned this earlier in the podcast, but stay tuned. There's going to be a few podcasts from now. But Dr. Paul Langevin, I'm actually going to be at his clinic, in his osteopathic clinic in Alpine, Wyoming. And Dr. Langevin and I are going to talk about genetics and what I call the genetics excuse. And that is the constant belief that, well, I'm just made this way, that's the way my genes are. We're actually going to tackle that subject matter, so stay tuned for that. But if you have any questions, please reach out to us at area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can also email me at garrett@personalizedfitness.com or visit personalizedfitness.com. Hit us up on Facebook at Personalized Fitness or on X at Team PE. Thanks for listening to the Personalized Fitness Podcast, where we are dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. And remember, your mindset determines your potential. And using it to stay strong, it's just one more way Personalized Fitness helps you reach a level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope to see you next time.